Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for attending today. I think if I were just a member, I'd have probably stayed home. But I'm delighted to see all of you show up today. Thank you for attending. Let's begin our meeting by having the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As you probably know, Jim Moran has moved from Sun Lakes to Riverside, and therefore we need a replacement, and we also need an alternate delegate for District 8. So for District 8, we need a delegate and an alternate delegate. And I might tell you at this particular time that our alternate delegate, Roger Smith, is moving to the lakes across the street. So we need a replacement for his position, and that is District 21. So we need replacements for District 8 and District 21. And I'm making a big deal out of it because it's very difficult to get candidates now for the positions on our assembly. The first order of business before anything is the election of the vice chair of our assembly. Chris? Okay. Thank you, Chris. Okay, let's go in then to the approval of the November 3rd Assembly minutes. May I have a motion, please? I have a second. I have a motion and a second for approval. Are there any changes? Are there any corrections to be made? Linda?
Correction, but did we get an answer when I asked for an analysis about our newsletters, a cost analysis on whether we were overspending or for underspending? And I don't know how we could make a decision without having that information.
Okay. Go ahead.
Make sure it's on. Linda and all of you, your recommendations that were given in November were taken very much to heart by the board. At the December open session, we reviewed, approved the new policy. And I don't have it in front of me, so don't hold me verbatim. But basically what we agreed to is the two-sided like we talked about. However, and this is stated in the document, however, if you needed some more space to get information out, you're welcome to use it. And also 4 times a year, flyers for your events are also going to be paid for by the HOA.
Where is that in writing?
It should be in the December 7th minutes of the open session. Because it was approved at the open session on December 7th.
Okay, I didn't hear that. Thank you, Randy.
No problem, thank you.
Are there any other changes or anything else to discuss? If not, entertain a motion for all approval. Please say aye. Aye. Okay. We have approval of the minutes for our November meeting.
Okay, we're ready. She's passing out the cards right now.
Okay. Okay, Chris. Chris and Jason, our Executive General Manager and our Assistant General Manager, will take care of the election for a Vice Chairman of our Assembly.
So Cara right now is passing out a note that has on the back of it is your district, so we can make sure every district votes. This is a write-in, so if you can write in the candidate or the person that you'd like as the vice chair. So we're doing it secret ballot instead of in the past we've done a nomination, then voted on that. This way we are going to do a secret ballot format. Once you turn those back in, we will give those results to Joe.
Okay. You're going to have nominations from the floor?
Actually, yes, you could. You can entertain nominations from the floor, definitely. Joe, I think we've got some hands up. Volunteers.
Yes, okay, let me explain. This is an election for the vice chair of our district delegate assembly, and we will entertain motions from the floor of the delegates, please, and or alternate delegates attending. Go ahead, Ray.
I nominate Dolores Dowdy.
Okay. Go ahead, please.
I'd like to nominate Linda Spalding.
All right, we have two. We have a third. I follow up with Linda Spalding. Okay. Are there any other nominations? We have two candidates. We have District 4 and District 19 delegates. Do we have any more? All right, the nominations are closed.
Perfect. So if you can take a moment to write one of those names down.
We would like you to put one of the names down on the,
Cara?
and only one of those two names, please.
You could do a write-in if they want, Joe. They could, but right now the candidates that have been nominated would be candidates Dolores or Linda. But if they want to write in, they could.
Okay.
I'm not watching over your back to see who you voted. Don't worry about it.
Would Chris, would you or Jason please collect them rather than have, or Cara? Okay.
Cara is going to be collecting them right now as soon
That's
as.
good.
Please write clearly if possible. Don't write like I do. That's not good handwriting.
A reminder again that once you turn your microphone on and you speak, please turn it off. There's a tab in the front for those that have this style of mic. Those that have the old style of mic, there is a button there that turns it on and off on the left side. We shall wait for the results. I have a ballot over here.
Did we miss one?
Yes, we did.
Is that your ballot? I'm sorry.
That's mine.
I'm sorry. You do get to vote.
Just because I said I wouldn't attend if I weren't the chairperson, that doesn't mean I'm to be excluded. Come on. I might make mention of the fact that number 6 on our agenda, the discussion as far as regarding our dog park, will be eliminated from the agenda today. There is a committee that is working on developing a story, a survey perhaps, and on, and they would rather not have a discussion at this time. So we will take that item off of our agenda today. I'm sorry.
That would be Dolores.
Okay, we have 13 for Dolores, and she is the winner of the election, and she will be the vice chair of our district delegate assembly. Dolores Doherty. Dolores, would you please move up here, please? Okay, our next item on the agenda is our report from the Recreation Department. Kara? Dolores' last name is Doherty. Is that what you asked?
D-E, no, don't know how to spell it myself. D-A-U-G-H-E-R-T-Y.
Kara, please.
Thank you. Wow, we lived through 2022 and now we're running and got our feet wet, literally, for 2023. We have some fun stuff coming up in January. We do have Activities Day, and that is going to be January 14th at 9 a.m. to noon here in the ballroom. So if you're interested in learning more about what Sun Lakes has to offer, you're new to the community or newly retired, or maybe you're just looking for something different to do, please come to Activities Day. We've got lots of groups and clubs signed up. We will also have several committees who, due to life changes, are looking for some members as well. So they'll have tables with volunteer interest forms. So on that Saturday, January 14th, 9 to noon here in the ballroom. Also in January, we are going to have Elvis in the house. He's going to be here on Sunday, January 22nd. We do have some tickets available still. So if you are interested in attending, please see the receptionist, or if no one's up there for some strange reason, come see Linda or myself, and we'll get you tickets for that event. January also brings us a COVID clinic. That's going to be on Tuesday, the 24th, from 12:30 to 4. They will have that new bivalent vaccine available. So again, they're going to be here Tuesday, the 24th, from 12:30 to 4. They're going to be in the multi-purpose room. And I've been contacting them almost daily to get the link so that you can make your appointment, so we don't have the long wait line that we had last time they were here. Our last event in January is going to be the Sunday concert series, and that's going to be on Sunday, the 29th. Again, we have tickets available as well. That is going to be in the ballroom. You might have noticed at your desk or your station, you've got some paperwork from the Recreation Department. It's time to start thinking about your reservations for 2024. Wow. So you've got a little letter from Linda. If you could meet with your social committee or whoever it is that help you plan all those fun events that you do just for your district, get together. She will be accepting your room reservation forms for 2024 on January 30th from 9 to 12. Then I got to give her a little lunch break, so she'll be back at 1 until 4 p.m. Your last day to turn those in is going to be February 17th, because then we're going to start to ask the groups and clubs to turn their paperwork in. So, but we want to give you guys first dibs. So make sure you turn all your paperwork in before the middle of February. February also has a comedy night. We've got a blood drive. We've got 2 concerts in March. We've got a Swinging 60s. We've got Switchback coming up. March also brings the Spring Craft Show. If you're interested in having a table at the Spring Craft Show, the lottery box will be opened on Monday, January 30th, and the lottery drawing will be on Monday, February 6th. All that information is in your current lifestyles. It's also on the webpage. You can always call Linda, myself, Nadine, or Felicia, and the four of us are happy to help you answer any questions or concerns that you might have. Does anybody have any quick questions for me?
Please,
That's going to be in March. Yes, sir. The end of March, on the 31st. All right. Anything else? All right. Thank you very much for your time.
thank you, Kara. Thanks for the report. The next item on our agenda is a report from the Food and Beverage Department.
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Good to see you all. Food and beverage, lots going on. Looking back, since we haven't been seeing each other since November, November was, again, a busy month with events, including December. We had our Greek night, which was a sellout event, and it went very well, and I'm very happy with the amount of people that came and participated in this event. We had nearly 300 guests here in the ballroom for that event, and so I was very pleased with that. And then we moved on to the wine club event, which was a huge event, 250 guests for a sit-down wine tasting event. That happened in mid-November. And then we rolled right into Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving buffet, and also the meals to go that were sold for the residents that wanted to eat at home. Between the buffet and the meals to go, we did nearly 700 meals. So we're very thankful, and not much of a break there, a couple of days, and then we rolled into the first. Of course, December was a very, very busy month with events, and we're so grateful for the amount of events that the food and beverage department did this year, especially here in the ballroom. We thank the delegates and all the groups that had their parties here. We're so grateful for that. The chef worked very hard with the staff in order to produce lovely food and have a nice party here for the Christmas events and holiday events and everything else that we did, brunches. We did so many different things, luncheons, and I am grateful, very grateful for all of you to supporting the restaurant during that month and having your events with us. Looking into the new year, we have different things happening, so I am going to update you on the sandwich. The sandwich now is open from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. only, Monday through Saturday. It is open for breakfast, and of course, I'm so sorry, you're right. It is 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. My apologies. Thank you. It's open from 8 to 11, Tuesday through Saturday now. And then after that, then the restaurant is available to dine for lunch or the bar and lounge. We are using the sandwich for events, and so anyone that is interested in having a luncheon or having a group in the sandwich, that is an option now. And I have had many people reach out to me already, booking little groups and parties and whatnot to have in the sandwich. That room is available now for use. So we are happy to serve, and we are happy to accommodate anyone that's interested in having a luncheon or even a dinner, which I do use that room for small dinner parties. Moving forward, please let me know or contact me. So that's exciting. On Tuesdays, the bar and lounge is open from 11 to 8 p.m. So it was open before from 3 to 8, now it is open for lunch. So we do have a full lunch menu available, and also we will be launching Tuesday lounge specials. There are 4 specials that will be offered on Tuesdays, starting at 11 a.m., and they start at $9.95, and they go to $12.95. So there's 4 of them, Chris has put together some nice things and just something that everyone can enjoy, or they can order off the menu. And we're going to be trying that out. If the numbers increase, then we will we will open the restaurant for the overflow. For now, it is bar and lounge only, but again, the restaurant is there if we need to seat more people, and we'll see how that goes as time goes on. The music does continue on Fridays and Saturday nights, live music from 6:30 to 9:30. It will be here in the ballroom, and when there are events, just know that the events take precedence and the music does get moved into the sandwich for now. Until the weather gets nicer, then we go back out to the veranda. Our Pasta Thursdays will continue now, starting today. They will be offered on the first and third Thursday of each month. Not every Thursday, the first and third. And with that, they are pre-sale tickets. We will do the same as we did before. So, if you're interested, please, pre-purchase. You can pre-buy your tickets at the hostess station. And again, that is a create your own pasta dish. Pick all your goodies, pick everything out, and then the chef sautés it for you in front of you. So keep that in mind. That will be starting tonight, again on the third Thursday as well, and that will continue through the next, for every month after. The cost is $19.95, not including tax and service charge. So moving forward, let's not forget our brunch. Our Sunday brunches will be offered on the last Sunday of every month. The next one is on Sunday, January 29th. We'll be in the restaurant, and Chris always puts on a lovely brunch there. The brunch is $27.95. It's, again, all you can eat. And the children, ages 5 to 12, is $17.95. Children under 5 are free. And if you want to have bottomless mimosas and champagne with that, it's $37.95. So it's $10 more. And you can drink for the 4 hours straight, okay? So that's starting again back on the last Sunday of each month, which is coming up here on the end of January. Again, bingo resumes starting this next Tuesday. We do a bingo buffet here for the for all the guests that are here. I have on my calendar, bingo will be on the 10th, the 24th, and the 31st. I understand that we're dark on the 17th, is that correct? Yes, okay. So we have a special menu plan for them. And looking forward, I want you to make plans. We are going to have a large Super Bowl party this year. We're very excited that we're going to have our Super Bowl party here in the ballroom. It's going to be, everyone is invited. We're going to have a big screen, and we want everyone to come and enjoy festivities and fun and games and watch the game all together here. We will have a tailgate buffet. It'll be offered for $19.95, not including tax and service charge, and Chris has lots of goodies planned that you'll be able to come and enjoy. We'll have drinks, and the bar window will be open, and we thought it would be a good way to finish the Monday Night Football with everyone coming together and having it here in our beautiful ballroom. So that is February the 12th, Sunday, February the 12th, and that will start at 2:30. Again, kickoff is at 3:30, but we'll start at that. And there will be tickets pre-sold for that. You will buy your tickets at the hostess station, okay? And then we are planning for the Valentine's. We will be open on Valentine's. It is a Tuesday this year, so we will be doing a Valentine's dinner for 2. And more to follow on that, but there will be, the restaurant will be open for Valentine's dinner that evening. So that is Tuesday, February 14th. We will have bingo that night, but we will also have, the restaurant will be open for anyone that would like to come and have dinner, and he has a Valentine's special menu. So it won't be off the menu. There'll be 4 choices, and it will include, it's a 4-course, a starter, and an appetizer, a starter, your entree, and a little complimentary dessert, okay? So that's going to be going on. Please look more for details on that. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else. Any questions? Yes.
Would you come up to the microphone, please?
Are you still going to offer a buffet before the Friendship Club concerts?
Yes, the buffet has been planned, and I am so happy because we barely put it together, and I already have 80 reservations for this Sunday, which is great. And so there are many people coming to the buffet. It is going to be on that second Sunday of each month. I don't believe they're meeting in February because that's Super Bowl Sunday. So I don't know. Cara, is there a different, are they doing it after? The third? The first Sunday. So they'll be doing, so yes, so Friendship Club will be meeting on the first Sunday in February, as opposed to the second. But we will always have a buffet. It will be advertised, and there's always a vegetarian option as well. We have included a chef's homemade dessert with it as well. So it's $19.95, but it's a complete dinner, and you're able to just make reservations at the restaurant. We're not pre-selling tickets for that. Just make your reservations with the hostess, and yes, you can count on always a meal for the Friendship Club, and also the Bar and Lounge is open with the Bar and Lounge menu if somebody chooses to go in there instead. Okay.
Thomas, will there be a banquet menu available to the delegates?
Yes, we'll have a banquet menu available here this coming month. Actually, Chris is in the works of it, so as soon as it's ready, I'll go ahead and forward it to you.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other
Any other
questions
questions?
for Thomas from the delegates? No, just press it again. Again. A second time.
There we go. Okay. I got confused. Is the buffet every Sunday, just the first Sunday, second Sunday, just the last Sunday?
Which buffet, sir? The Friendship Club?
No, the buffet, the buffet.
No, the Sunday brunch is always the last Sunday of each month, sir.
Just one day?
One Sunday a month. Otherwise, the restaurant is open for breakfast and lunch.
Okay. Any other questions? Thank you. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you so much.
for the comprehensive report. Next item on our agenda is a report from the Charitable Trust Board and David Keeley, the chairman.
Thank you. Thank you, delegates and residents that are here and staff. A couple of quick report. Since you met in November, $82,000 was presented to 24 local charities. So the charities that we volunteer to support are all here in the ballroom, and they have a display, and you're able to talk to them and find out more about their organization. They each get a few minutes to talk, and it was recorded also this time. So look forward to events coming throughout the year in February and June and October this year. And we're spreading it out a bit, and that will help people participate and not have so much money to spend in 1 week of June. So that's getting a little bit easier on the delegates. The only other thing that I'd like to report is look for a website that will go live later in January. And it's going to be a website that will have all, and I've seen it, I'm involved in the development of it. The front page is live if you want to see it. It's Sun Lakes Country Club Charitable Trust.org, so it's the full name, .org, and you can see that front page. And the information that will be on it is going to be pretty extensive. The first thing that happened is all 24 of the charities that are listed, there's a page and there's an icon, and you can click on that and go to their website. If they don't have a website, it goes to their Facebook page. So people can really find out about the charities that are being supported by volunteers and by the money that we raise from the charitable events. So look for that. That'll go live in January. So thank you very much.
Thank you, David. Thanks for the report. The EPAP.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon and Happy New Year, Mr. Chairman and delegates. This new year is starting to look exciting and as productive as 2022 was. The File of Life, EPAP in Action, and the 12-step disaster preparedness videos that are currently on the Sun Lakes EPAP website have been downloaded onto discs and will be in all 3 libraries. Actually, they are currently in all 3 libraries. This is for residents that do not have internet or computers or are not comfortable working with the computer. They can go to the libraries and check out these CDs and watch them there in the audiobook section. We are in the process of scheduling Clark Botha, the pharmacist from Loma Linda Pharmacy on Highland Springs. He will talk on the importance of having a 7-day supply of medications in your go bag in case of an emergency. He will tell you how to accomplish this and have them paid for by most insurances. He's tentatively scheduled for the month of March. We will be at the Activities Day on January 14th. We will continue to recruit for volunteers for the positions of patrol unit, zone captain, medical rescue teams, and EPAP coordinators. Currently, some of you district delegates are assuming those positions. We will also be showing the videos of the File of Life and EPAP in action. So if you're going to be at Activities Day, please stop by and visit us, say hi, and would you please consider volunteering to help the entire Sun Lakes community. Thank you.
I'd like to remind the delegates that the first Monday of each month, your EPAP coordinator reports in to the EOC and to test the radios to make sure that they are ready. That's the first Monday of each month. If you do not have a coordinator and you are acting in that position, then you are to report by radio, please. Let the EPAP team know exactly what your position is in your district, whether you have a coordinator or not, okay? And I have to remember that the EPAP executive team is doing a fabulous job on reestablishing the EPAP organization. It's long and it's arduous, but I'll tell you, they're really doing a great job, and they're doing it for all of us. The next item on the agenda, I'm going to ask Cheryl, would you like to say a few words or not? No? Okay. We're going to have Welcome Home in the month of January. It will be on the 19th. In front of you that have new residents, you will find a sheet that is for October and September. September and October will be featured in this month of January. You, as delegate, are to call your new residents and then report to me or to Cheryl. I would prefer you report to me, and then I will consolidate it for them, those that will attend. Okay? Now, everyone that is invited is on a sheet in front of you. And it is, I'm repeating, this is the September and the October arrivals at Sun Lakes. Please call them and find out if they will attend. And if they will attend, that means we ask that you attend also. Are there any questions?
We can't have November and December?
November and December will be another month. This is just October and September. September and October, right?
Too many, Cheryl?
And February or March will be the new arrivals for November and December, close out the year. It's at 5 o'clock in the Sandwich. I'll repeat, just the new arrivals for September and October in your district. Okay? Cheryl, you want to add?
I just want to say, when they tell you, they'll think about it and let you know. You may not hear from them. We have to have a pretty accurate account because we have to pay for the number we turn in. And if they don't show and we're short 10 people, we're paying a lot of money for people that do not attend. So if they don't call you back, you need to call them and say, you know, I know we need an answer, and I need it, Thomas needs it by Monday at noon. No, wait, we're on Thursday, so he would need it, we'll say Tuesday at noon. So please let me know Monday. And then, you know, we have to get how many people are at each table. We have to do name tags. We have to do the golf certificates. So, you know, we have to have time to do all that. So if you'll let me know Monday who is coming. Yes.
At the most, you only have 1 or 2 or 3 possibly. So that's not that many phone calls, that's not much data to write down and report, because on the 16th, a report has to go to Thomas for the use of the Sandwich and how many will attend. I have a question. Go ahead.
What's your contact information?
Oh, her email is Cheryl. Would you please use the microphone, Cheryl?
CHERYL J Chapman, CHAPMAN, at Earthlink. And it's .net, not .com. Cheryl J. Chapman at earthlink.net.
And if you miss it, contact me. I have it on my computer.
So you can call me or send it by email, either one.
Oh. Would you want to get, Cheryl, why don't you give them your phone number if
Why
you don't
don't I?
mind?
951-845-3018. And if you want my cell, it's 951-442-9376. But I'm home a lot of the time.
I honestly believe that this is a worthwhile and one of the best programs that we have, because it is our shot at someone moving in to our complex. We don't know what they've been told. We don't know what lured them here. We have no idea. But at this meeting, we give them a quick indoctrination, and we show them that we welcome them and that we're glad to have them aboard. And I think that is really important when they feel that they are really home. Okay? Any other questions? Go ahead.
Can you send that information out to us, her?
Yes, I
her
will.
email
I'll put
and
it on the
everything?
computer and send it to everyone so that we make sure that everyone has it, okay? Any other questions?
Are you going to have an information packet for them of the different clubs?
Use the microphone, Cheryl, please.
We make the bag that says Sun Lakes on it. I don't know if you've ever seen one. You maybe have. Okay. We put a license plate frame in that. I had a call from Friendship Club. They give a certificate, and we get a golf lesson and a free round of golf, I believe, and there's a few of the organizations put flyers in. If anybody is the head of any organization, are you like in the garden? No, the cooks?
Happy Cookers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have a flyer or anything you want to put in, we're happy to do
And the
it.
Garden Club also does one.
No, they don't do one.
Okay, I'll get with them. Yes.
No, I need them for next time. I haven't gotten to the bags yet, but I will need them for then.
I would like to see a list of all the clubs and the groups on campus here. I don't think after over 25 years I have ever seen a list that lists all of them at one place. And I think this is something that's needed so that we can distribute it or at least talk about it. Okay? Any other questions?
I
Linda?
have a question. Is this welcome home for new homeowners and tenants, renters, or just homeowners?
No.
All new move-ins,
All move-ins.
tenants and
Okay.
homeowners.
Okay, thank you.
But if they have rented the place to the tenant, then the homeowner is not included, just the tenant.
It's better if we say it's the tenants, in other words, the residents that are
Yes.
living in the home.
And that's who we call.
Yeah.
So, and if you'll notice on your list, there's non-occupant, then that person doesn't get called. Not every person on your list may get a phone call, because if they're not gonna live here, or if an investment company bought it, then they're not included.
Okay? Very good, Cheryl. Thank you. Linda?
Joe, I would like to talk about the list that we get emailed. Do you want me to do it now or at the end of the meeting?
A list of,
This comes from administration of all the new residents that have moved into Sun Lakes.
I'm assuming that it comes from manual, yes, from the admin.
I can't read this.
I've-
And Richard has talked to Manuel, and this is what, if you follow Richard's directions,
I agree with you. I think that at least in the future, or
Just a bigger font and a
I-
bigger page, like
I
the
think,
11 by
yeah,
17.
I think
Richard
it
has
has
written
to be
a
larger.
step-by-step guide to get it to look like this. And it needs to be in district order. Okay, for December, Cheryl? Okay. But Chris, could I give you this? Because this is much, much easier to read. But
Okay.
Cheryl, this is the size
Any other
we get.
questions? All right. Next item on our agenda has to do with the discussion of the gate closures at 10 o'clock. Some of you had asked that we discuss this. Are there any comments? Yes, go ahead. Make sure you get the green light. Oh, there's a green light.
Okay. I'm getting a lot of phone calls regarding that, and they're all negative. Okay, so I told them I'd bring it up at this meeting and express their dissatisfaction with the idea of closing the gates at this
Okay.
time. And also, they don't mind the speed bump in front of my house, but they hate the stop sign out by the park there on Myrtle Beach. But I tell them that's District 23's, not District 22, so we're all fine, okay?
I'm sure it's duly noted by the board members here. Are there any other comments? Yes, go ahead.
I'd like some clarification. I've been told that when the gate closes, you have to go into one, and you actually have to check at the guard gate. Is that correct?
Not to my knowledge, no.
So it will just be an open, they have to go in through the main gate, and it will be open? your transponder should ticket you open. Okay, I am also getting a lot of negative from our area and other people that think it's not necessary, but just sharing that. Thank you.
Could we have an explanation from the board on why you're putting this in at 10 o'clock? And is it to save the 150,000 in Securitas? I mean, have you looked at, especially the people up on Breckenridge and in that area? I'm sure they're very concerned.
It's not related to saving any money. It had to do with some complaints about people tailgating and coming in, and we were trying to make the community safer. However, we've had a lot of responses. I think Roy took a petition around. He said he has like 110 signatures. So we've had a lot of responses against the idea. And so the board at the present time is contemplating not closing them at this time. So we're listening to the community, but it wasn't related to any type of cost savings.
I just wanted to bring that up because that's what was kicked back to
No,
me.
no,
But
no,
thank
no.
you for listening to the residents
Yep.
and not closing. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Any other comments? Yes, go ahead.
I believe there's cameras at these gates that Securitas should be monitoring, and if they see a tailgater, why can't they take down that license plate and possibly even go where that car is? So no one monitors the cameras at the gates?
The cameras are monitored. However, they may miss, because we've had instances where people have come in, have jumped the fence or tailgated, and someone was assigned to monitor and they did not catch it. So this was just a response to previous concerns and complaints from residents. But we've had so many on the other side, like 20-1 against the idea of closing up. So right now, the board is contemplating not closing those at 10 o'clock.
Which those of us on the north side really support, because we would have to travel down Sun Lakes Boulevard in our golf cart illegally after that hour.
So you won't have to.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
It'll be decided at the open session this month on the 25th.
So what time does that gate close? 6 o'clock?
10.
10?
The non-residents cannot go out the gate after 6 p.m.
Oh,
But residents will still be able to go out of 24/7.
Okay. All right. That closes off the conversation. And we've had all the questions answered, and the board will reconsider the decision and let us know.
Yes, the decision will be made at the open session on the 25th, but right now it's very much in favor of not doing the closure.
Okay, thank you very much, Bob. And announcements from the board now, please.
Yes, I'll go ahead and start. Before we begin the announcements, I want to repeat what Joe has said. I want to thank Dick Spalding, the EPAP executive team. They've really upgraded and resurrected, that program, and it's state of the art. It's one of the best around, and I want to thank them for, for all their efforts. And then we have some announcements from the board.
Basic announcements. Some of you may have seen some of this already with newsletters, but first off, the Restaurant Lounge survey that we were doing has been completed, and at this time it's suspended for further. We may reinstate it later on, but at this point that's where it's at. We'd like to thank Sharon Robinson and the entire Restaurant Lounge Committee for their work on the survey. The election schedule is coming up. Obviously, we just had a vice chair elected, and congratulations, Dolores. According to the schedule of starting this Monday, January 9th, is when candidates for board of directors positions can take out the papers, and they have to be returned by February 8th. There's going to be a Meet the Candidates Forum held on Wednesday, March 1st at 4 p.m. in the ballroom. We also have created, and one of the reasons that the one item was pulled today, is we have a committee working on the feasibility, pros and cons, whichever way you want to call it, of a dog park. And so we're working on that. There's a committee, an ad hoc committee that's been being chaired by Beverly and myself. And on that committee, we have Gail Billick, Mary Brown, Joan Burke, Raylene Kretschmann, and Steve Neese. And let's see, all the calendars have been approved for 2023 for golf and recreation. And the Restaurant Lounge Committee, at the 12/7 meeting, we tabled some of the recommendations or questions that the Restaurant Lounge Committee brought to us for further review. Just within the process, they came in a little later than we had hoped, and weren't able to talk about them quick enough with a early meeting and a short executive session and all that. So those are going to be reviewed at our January sessions. So, and then just one last thing, separate from the HOA, but very important to the community. Many of you know, in December, the Pass Action Group lawsuit, the brief was filed by our attorneys, and the respondents, the city and the developers, have till February 9th, or February 6th, I think it is, to respond to that. And then we have 30 days from that, we get to counter their response. And then we hope to have a hearing for the judge between April and May, and somewhere in April and May, and we'll hopefully get some positive results. And that's all I've got. Bob's going to finish up.
Thank you. Due to city water restrictions, the Common Area Advisory Committee has submitted options for modifying Gate 1 fountain. Gate 2 will also be addressed. The board approved management to obtain some quotes for possible modifications. The board approved the RV Storage Committee's request to notify RV owners that if they do not conform with the RV lot rules and regulations, their lease will not be renewed. Items stored in the lot must be of a recreational vehicle. In other words, work vehicles, construction vehicles are not to be stored there, parked there. The listening sessions were not held this month, but they will continue in February. Again, the first Monday, 3:30 at the Sand Wedge. They are a valuable asset to the community, and I want to thank Marcia Midget for starting those about a year and a half ago, and they're continuing and doing very well. The board approved the cart path repair on the championship course for holes 6, 7, and 15. The board approved the formation of a new group called the Top Cat Dance Group, and the board approved a district delegate newsletter policy, a very open and very extensive that proves almost everything that the district delegates would like to have. So we're glad that was. And then lastly but not least, the next community awareness presentation, we're going to be on the first Tuesday of every month. And the reason is that there's no bingo on that particular day. It's going to be February the 7th, 1 to 3 in the ballroom. The guest speaker this time will be Alicia Vernal. She's the correctional captain who runs the Larry B. Smith Correctional Center down the road here. So that'd be very interesting to see how what they're doing there and what happens with the release of those inmates. We also, of course, have Manning PD and Mike Romero coming to answer questions. And that's all we have from our monthly announcements.
Can we have a copy of the election calendar? Send it to me and I'll send it to the delegates, or?
You got it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much from the board. Administration, Chris?
So
Oh, I'm sorry, there's a question here from Mike.
Randy, and is the information that you give us, is that on Good Day Sun Lakes?
Some of it would be. I'm not sure off the top of my head what all is and isn't. The recreation and golf calendars is on the website, correct, Chris? Yeah, that's on the website. I don't think much of what I gave. We'll make sure that we get the election schedule on the Good Day Sun Lake. So I think that's very important.
Yeah, the message from the master board each month, besides this month because of the holidays, is always distributed, with your newsletter and sent out to all the district delegates and their alternate. So we will do the same thing here. If it's too late for the newsletter, that's okay, but your information will be available to you.
Chris?
So I was going to talk about the election calendar, but since that's already been done, you'll get a copy of it, Joe, and then we'll put that, make sure it's online. Remember the date, January 9th, Monday is the date to pull papers. There is one correction we just need to make quickly on the date. That's why you saw me running to the back, because I saw a conflict. So if I can just share some of my time.
I wanted to come up here one more time. Okay, there's an error in the date of the January.
Can't hear you.
There's an error in the date in the January welcome home. It's the day before, January 18th on a Wednesday.
Oh.
Wednesday, the 18th.
Because
Is
Thursday is the spaghetti, or the pasta
Pasta.
night.
Okay, so in January this month, the welcome home is going to be on a Wednesday evening at 5 o'clock. Is that
Right.
correct?
And tentatively, the ballroom is reserved for February 23rd
When,
It-
for what?
for the next welcome home. And if it's not, I don't know for sure where it's going to be, but it's probably going to be February 23rd,
Okay.
tentatively. Pencil it in. And that will be for November, December, and January.
Correct.
All right, but at the moment, we're just concerned with January.
You're just worried about January, so everyone,
October.
January 18th, sandwich.
Okay,
For the future meetings, there'll be some tweaks. You'll get some information ahead of time, so you know what's going on, what changes, format tweaks, etc.
very good.
Okay, lastly, the gift cards for 2023 have been canceled. I'm just kidding. No, seriously, at the next delegates meeting, you will get your 2023 gift cards.
That was, okay. That was a big question.
Joe, I thought you were going to throw that hammer at me. Sorry about that.
You stole our thunder. Anything else from the administration?
That's it. I think, Jason, do you have something for the subs? Use the microphone.
Just kind of same thing with the master, a little different, even though master you're picking up and taking out papers to run for the board next week. The subs, you're already doing that. So the sub papers are out if you want to run for board for Lakeside, Lakeside 2, or Fairway Villas, District 3, 6, or 10. If you live in those districts, which you as the delegates, unless you're sitting in 3, 6, or 10, do not. But for the audience, if you live in those districts, you're more than welcome to pull papers and run for the board. And you have until January 20th to do so. Thank you very much.
Completes our report, Joe.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much. The delegate reports. How about number, Loretta, you want to start?
I just wanted to say that the District 2 had an awesome Christmas wish program. We did an excellent job. It was very, very successful. We had some very good donations from some of the residents that gave bicycles and toys. Very, very impressive.
Very good.
And we also had a donation of $200 from another resident, which gave us the top. So we're really excited about that.
Thank you. Very good.
Good day, everyone. Jim Nickel, District 3. I just want to give congrats to Joe. He received our first ever he got an award for volunteering, and every year here onwards it will be in his name. Very, very well deserved. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Great job, you did wonderful.
Thank you very much. Thanks
And I
all
want to
of you.
give kudos to our EPAP. They're doing a great job. I'm getting involved with them, and they've got on top of it. We do the radio checks, and hopefully we'll have another event coming up this year instead of every 2 years. So we're better prepared for any emergency. But the coordination, the communication is excellent. So keep up the good work. Thank you so much. All the very best to everyone, and a very good new year. Thank you.
David?
Yeah, Dave Miller, District 5. We had a great holiday wish program to generous residents, as always, and our Christmas party with Dolores over there. She used to be right here, and Raylene and Loretta. I'm sorry. Renell, sorry. And Loretta. Districts 2, 4, 5, and 16. We all got together, had a great party here at the ballroom. Thomas and the staff put on a great meals, and we had Delaney and James here for live music. It was a lot of fun. So that was fun. Thanks.
Thank you. Jesse?
Here.
District 6 had a very successful Christmas party. And at the same time, we came up with a lot of gifts for our wish program. And credit could be given to the Lakeside 2 board members, headed by a lady. Happy ladies, happy life for me.
Raylene Kretschmann, District 7. We had a great party with District 9, and we really want to thank Thomas and his team. They did a phenomenal job in getting the food prepared, and I know it was a horribly busy month for him. Also, very generous in our district for the WISH program. We collected over 1,400, and I had more, but I had to give it back to them because they were past the deadline. So I think it was just a great success.
George?
Well, yeah, we had the party with them, and it was great. It was good fun, and Thomas did do a wonderful job, and we were sold out, so it was very successful, and we gave away a lot of gift baskets and stuff. It was really a lot of fun. One thing I would like to say, a couple of issues. First of all, I'm just one voice, but I think at midnight to close the gates wouldn't be too early to close the gates. I don't think there's a lot of us residents
Would you
running in
would
and
you
out
move the
midnight.
microphone a little closer to you, please?
Yeah, midnight. Because I do worry about security, and maybe you do go back and forth at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know, but I wouldn't think too many people would do that. In any case, the next item I have has to do with a new program instituted by the executive board in executive session, charging all teachers that teach at Sun Lakes a 10% fee in order to teach here. And I don't believe that's advantageous either to us. I don't think there'll be enough money raised by that. And I think most of the teachers would then go about raising their rates, so our residents would end up paying more to use the same facilities they're already paying to use in their homeowners association. So I don't, I think that should be relooked at. I don't think that's a good use of the power of the board. That's all.
Yeah, if you'd like a response in reference to that, a while back, the board got together and did a little brainstorming session, came up with 26 different ideas as to how to increase revenue and reduce cost, and that was one of them. And many communities do the same thing. Most communities charge people that come here and present things to them a fee. We're only recommending a nominal fee of 10%. They can pass it on or not, but I don't think it's going to hurt any one individual, a 10% fee in the increase of their class. But it will add up when you have many, many instructors and many presenters coming here and using our facility to make money. So we have instituted that, and I think it's going to be that, you know, plus many other different ideas that we are implementing. I think will help us save money. The whole thing is we're looking to keep the HOA fees at a reasonable amount, and this is what the board has been focused on the past year. Now, the 10% fee may not be significant to you, but when you add it up by many, many instructors and many different individuals, I think we've actually missed out in the past on not charging them. So we're not going to charge them anymore for past years, but I think it's a good idea to begin charging them a fee like every other community does. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
I'd like to get an accounting of that, because I don't think a couple of $1,000s a year is going to make that much of a dent, and I don't think there's more than
thank you for your
200 people taking classes here.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you for your observation.
You know, I think, George, you said you heard about this from executive session, and that concerns me if he knows about executive session, and that's supposed to be closed.
I don't know where that came from. It was part of the budget workshops, because that was an item that was brought up during the budget workshop.
As long as it wasn't from executive session.
I hope nothing's,
Well, that's
should be, I understand.
All right, I'm not really in favor of discussions or back and forth debates and what have you. This is a meeting, we have reports, and at times the administration and the board has been extremely responsive, and we appreciate that, okay? Pat?
Oh.
You're next. No, go ahead. She's at the end.
Oh, she's at the end. Sorry, Dolores, I'm first. I would just like to say on behalf of District 11 that we had a real change in our district this year. Being COVID gone and everything, we were able to really celebrate and get back with each other again. District 15 and 11, we did our Christmas party together. It was really a lot of fun. We played games, we had a lot of gift baskets and drawings, and we just had a great time. Of course, Thomas put on a great meal. Mostly what I'd like to address is the Christmas Wish program, which I think is so fantastic. And this is my first year being involved in that and not knowing what the heck I was doing. You know, my girls went out and collected well over $1,000. I really wasn't able to spend that much money on 2 children. It was getting ridiculous. And so some of the extra money went back into our account for next year if we're not have so much generosity, or to use during the year for our residents. I suggested to them that the kids write a thank you note, even generic, that the residents could read. We could put in our newsletter, because I think, you know, every year I had given to that program and never knew anything that happened with any of it, what was given, who did it, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be making a special effort to thank all the people that donated money to this program. I took pictures of everything I bought so they could see what the money went to. There was a bike, there was a doll and a stroller, there was several outfits. I mean, it was ridiculous. I think I had 7 bags and a bike, you know, big bags. And so I feel my residents have the right, if they want to see what we did with that money and that it really happens. Because I always felt like, okay, I gave money, but what, you know? And so I think they'd be more inclined to give more if they knew really what was going on a little bit more. If we could all make that available on their request for us to show them. So I think it was great fun shopping for those kids. I had a ball. I had a 7-year-old girl in Marshall's pick out everything for me because I had no idea. And I gave the girls all ice cream money to go have ice cream after. And it just gave me a lot of joy to go through doing all that. And I think more of that should go on, even with other issues. But anyway, that's my suggestion. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Pat. Ann?
Thank you. Ann Hofert, District 12. I, too, would like to thank the people in our district for a wonderful WISH program. Outstanding, outstanding amount of money. I just can't believe it. But every dime that we collected went back to the families in gift card money for groceries. What we had left over, they got in grocery money. So I want to thank my district wholeheartedly for all their effort. Anyway, with that, I again want to say thank you to Joe, District 18, Jim, District 8, working with me on the holiday program. It was great. 134 people came in for our brunch. Thomas and Chef Chris did an outstanding job, and their staff. I can't tell you how overwhelmingly pleased everybody was. We had a good time. And I want to thank Joe for his support and his guidance to me. On the other note that I have, I would like to remind you delegates to please remind your people to be aware of what's going on around them. It is so important to not leave keys in a car, on a dashboard, in a golf cart, in the driveway unattended. We at District 12 had one incident where 2 months ago a key fob was taken off a dashboard because they left it on the dash in the driveway. This past week, the car is gone, and it's gone, and it's shame on the resident for not getting a lock changed on the car or the whatever, but that's a moot point at this point. We need to be aware of our surroundings. We need to make sure we lock our doors at night, to lock our cars. Close your garage doors, for Pete's sake. That's really, really important, especially if you're living alone. I mean, anything can happen. So please, residents, just take it for what I say. Just be aware of your surroundings. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me say that. Thank you. Janice. Happy New Year.
Janice Rice, District 13. I want to say thanks to District 11 and District 15 for letting us join in on the holiday dinner. We had a blast. It went really well. It was an experience for me. I'm still kind of new here. This has been a year. I've been here just a year. And our holiday gift program was also amazing. We are the smallest district, and we bought these 3 kids. They couldn't ask for anything else, and I actually delivered the gifts, and the parents and the kids were just so excited. And I agree with the whole idea of getting thank you cards because it would be nice acknowledgement. I don't know how to ask that exactly of these families. You can say it, but whether you get it or not is another thing. But this holiday season was really enjoyable, and thank you, everybody. Happy New Year's.
Judy?
Hi, Judy Crail, District 15. I just wanted to say basically what everybody has said. We did have a great turnout. Same thing with District 15. We always have humongous donations for the Holiday Wish program. We did 3 families and we had 7 kids. It was great. So I thank everybody for that participation also. Wanted to just mention to everybody here and all of the delegates, we purchased the chair covers that you see sitting back there on one of the chairs. We bought it with our district money, and everybody that would like to use them can use them. We would like to share them with you. We spent right close to about $400 for them. So to be able to recoup that, we'll charge you 25 cents per chair. for chair covers if anybody wants to use them. And so we're just letting everybody know, and by the way, there's no ironing at all. It's wash and wear. They're stretchy, they fit over the chairs, you're done. Throw them in the washer, and that's what they look like, and it's just a real easy thing, makes the chairs and makes everything look really pretty. So, anybody that wants them can contact Pat or myself. We have some that haven't even been taken out of the box yet. So, anyway, thank you.
Thank you, Judy.
Right. Right.
They have to
Yeah.
be responsible for them, but they're available for anything, as just a nice plus. What district? 11 and 15, we have them both. What would be in contact? Judy Creel or me,
Okay. Renell?
They were nice to have.
Renelle English, District 16. I would like to thank Dolores for her inviting us, District 16, to the to share our Christmas party with her at our last minute. And also, on the money for the Christmas Wish program, we always put it back and we use it the following year. We accumulate Make-A-Wish money as the years go. So,
I might mention at this time, I was going to wait until later, but the average district usually picks about 5 to 7 children, not just 2 or 3 and what have you. At times, I know there are some districts that collect a lot of money. The following year, they'll take 8 or 10 or so. I think you ought to gauge yourself by roughly what the income might be from your asking your residents, okay?
they picked it for me.
Yeah, I realize that, and that it's probably better, and Cara will make sure, and I'm going to ask her to contact the district delegate and not just anyone, as far as how many a district has, okay? So just a note. Go ahead, please.
Hi, Jamie Taylor, District 17. We also had a fabulous festive Christmas party. It was really nice this year. Our district does fundraise every year for the Christmas Wish program. This year, I believe we took on 4 families with 10 children. And we did have a lot additional donations, so we were able to provide them quite a bit this year, and it was really nice. So,
Great.
thank you.
Thank you. Linda?
We did our Christmas party with District 20, and it was an amazing event here. The buffet was fabulous. We also took on 4 children for the Holiday Wish program. I would like to put a proposal together to give to the board, and
I would suggest that you make a presentation to the district delegates before we put together a delegate, rather than to the delegate assembly, rather than directly to the board, but that's up to you.
it's nothing critical, Joe. I was just going to volunteer with no cost to the association next year to decorate Gate 1, 2, and 5, so it looks wonderful when you come in. I've had donations of lights, etc., so we haven't decorated the gates in I don't even know how long.
How about 3 and 4?
Nobody, those are going to be closed.
Motion accepted.
Motion accepted.
And then I would also like to put together a Christmas golf cart parade.
Great idea.
Excellent ideas.
I have approval?
Thank you for coordinating that.
Thank you.
Nice going, Linda. That was a good idea.
We'll triple your pay.
Barbara?
Barbara Luna, District 20. We did have a very, very enjoyable Christmas party, and our residents were very, very generous, and we were able to buy some really nice presents. And everything else is good.
Thank you. 22?
Is this working? Mike Bowles with District 22. We had a Christmas party with District 21 and 23, which we hosted, and everybody had a great time. Mr. Thomas went overboard with the very nice presentation and meal we had. I want to thank everybody in my district, those volunteers and people that we had a great giving season in that we were able to give money to the VFW VFW and American Legion through our golf tournament this year, which worked out very well. We had a good turnout. We collect money for the children through our auction. We have an auction in the South Clubhouse for District 22 that bring in things and people auction it off, and we had a good year on that, so we were able to come up with some good funds, and I want to thank the ladies and men that put that on, and it was just overall a good giving season. Thank you.
Dan Cosner, District 23. We had a great time over the holidays. It was a wonderful time of the year, but boy, am I glad it's over. I have a comment for the board. The discussion of the dog park has been put on the shelf, you might say. But I wanted to say something. We are very much affected by it in District 23. There are a couple very unconventional stop signs been recently placed on Myrtle Beach. Along with that, and all of the confusion created by golf carts parked on Myrtle Beach, it's turning out to be a very dangerous situation. We have a few residents, not just 23 residents, that use Myrtle Beach for coming into the Sun Lakes and leaving Sun Lakes. And they have for years been, Myrtle Beach has been a straight-through street. Well, with the stop signs now, it's very confusing for a lot of people. But that being said, I just wanted to bring that up. And now another thing, if we have a dog park there, who's going to do the policing of keeping dogs on leashes? Us that travel that street frequently have noticed that there are a lot of dogs in the park that are not on leashes. They are running free. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up, and that's all I have.
Thank you, Dan. 4, Dolores? There you go.
Dolores Doherty, District 4. I'm going to echo Dave's comment about the Christmas party that we had with Loretta, District 2, District 5, and District 16 with Raynell. We had an awesome time, and I've already talked with Loretta and David, and we're going to join again next year, and I haven't had a chance to talk to Raynell yet. So anyway, we'll leave that open. My husband and I moved here in July of 17, and shortly thereafter I became the delegate because the previous delegate had to step down because of health issues. And I love what I do. I absolutely love my residents, and a lot of them that live by themselves, I take it upon myself to help them out whenever they need to. And I think that's what we need to do as delegates. We need to show compassion to our residents, especially the ones that live alone. And I think that's why we moved here, because that's what I enjoy doing. I have a heart for these elderly people, especially the ones that live by themselves. And so with that said, thank you for Raynell nominating me as the co-chair, and thank you to those that voted for me. I hope that I do well, and just thank you again for your support.
I want to thank everyone for the election that we had and for nominating and electing Dolores as the vice chair of the District Delegate Assembly. I would like to remind the delegates of a few things. Most of you have been reviving the events that you've had throughout the year. I think that we need to make sure that what we have in our districts is what we had perhaps years ago. Many of us had 5 and 6 events, and now we're down to 3 or 4. We have the facilities here, and it's up to us to have the events that we have had in the past, whether they be a brunch or a dinner dance or a breakfast, whatever it might be. Also, I would like in your newsletters, and remember, each district is held to have a newsletter published every month. That is mandatory, a district newsletter each month. But I think we have to urge our residents to look at the alliteration of the groups and the clubs that we have here at Sun Lakes and get them to rejoin. We know that practically every club or every group here is down in membership, and that means the Friendship, the Garden Club, and on, all of the card groups and what have you. So let's get, it's up to us to be the cheerleader of the residents in our districts. And that's what I would like you to emphasize this year, participation, please. Are there any other comments on the part of everyone? Go ahead, please.
I just had one question about this, the welcome home logs. Who puts these out?
Who puts those out?
Yeah.
Manual?
Correct, administration.
Okay, because it's not the first time, but I have gotten several that have not had the people on them, and I just got another one for December, and I got an email from the new owners asking me about the area and so on and so forth, and they're not on any of these.
So if you can send concerns that you have missing, send those to Tammy.
Send them to who?
Tammy Morgan.
Okay.
You all know Tammy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Okay, we want to make sure that we do not miss anyone that's moving into our district. And one more thing that I would like to mention. Some of us use our zone captains. The zone captains aren't just for the EPAP. They are to assist the district delegates and the alternate delegates in each district. If you don't use them or invite them or have a meeting with them, it's your loss. To be honest with you, I have a staff meeting about every 2 or 3 months. I take my zone captains to lunch in January. This year we're going to go in about 2 weeks. They help run my district. In fact, I'm a good delegator, so they do everything and I don't do much. So that's the way it is. Now, the residents of our illustrious Sun Lakes, anyone have any comments or any questions?
Joe, I have one.
Oh, really? Okay, well, go ahead. Brunel?
You were talking about us letting people know about the different clubs and stuff.
Yes.
I was putting some of that in my newsletter, and now that I'm down to a page and a half, I don't have enough room to put all that in there. Yeah, I know it's in the monthly magazine, and I do put that in there, but a lot of people were, saying thank you for a lot of the information I was putting in.
Well, you could, every once in a while, I have a page, and what I do is I have it printed, and then I have the zone captains distribute the one page. So if you were to have a list, hopefully we'll get a list of all the groups and the clubs here. You can make that a special addition to your newsletter and just send it out a week or 2 later. Bob, you were going to...
And if you also notice or read the new newsletter policy, it's very, very flexible. So you're not restricted to a page or page and a half or 2 pages.
Yeah, we have a very friendly board, as long as you don't want to have 5 pages and half of them are jokes or something of that comment, okay? Okay, are there any comments from the residents? None? Then I think this meeting is adjourned. Hope it's not raining outside. Thank you for attending.